My mother was very wild.
But in a way that you kind of like look up to.
I mean, for sure. Like she was so funny. I always say the way I describe my mother is nobody on planet Earth would ever say, yeah, I think I met your mom. Like, it just wouldn't happen. It would you would be like, whoa.
Welcome to Good Enough Podcast.
Welcome to Good Enough Podcast. We have, as always, an incredible episode. Today, sitting here with us, I am so excited.
I can't believe we got her.
I know. It was hard. By the skin of our teeth. We got her. She ran away. We got her again. Once again, she's booked. She's busy. You've seen her on the morning show.
She's in the new Star Trek.
That's right. Coming out early 2026. You've also seen her special Hello Again on Prime. But what I simply must encourage you to watch is a documentary that she executive produced about her friend Andrea Gibson and the last years of her life. An incredible poet and an incredible documentary called Come See Me in the Good Light. It's Tig Notaro.
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah, and I appreciate your patience with me canceling, coming back. I'm still not sure I'm going to make it through this episode.
Well, no, I know. And that's why I'm sort of like,
so we got to get going.
Should we just barrel through the questions? Do you have kids?
I do. I have
do you
two
like
kids? I do like kids.
What's the hard part?
I have to go.
What's the easy part? What's the easy part? What do you like?
You know what I have to say? I've never seen a podcast start so quickly and unexpectedly.
It's not even supposed to start yet because I got to do my Tig
it's
intro.
Well, there you go.
Oh, yes.
My Tig intro is that Tig used to take me on the road to open for you. And I think you had like a really positive comedy influence on me. And I think you really helped me see comedy in a different way because you were just so open. Like I remember you would like lose the mic stand in the crowd. You would be like, we would be opening up at a college, or I'd be opening for you at a college.
Happen?
She would just play a game where do you not remember this?
Losing it in the crowd.
She would just like open up a curtain and there'd be like a chalkboard and she'd start doing equations for the kids and it would all come back. I mean, I don't even know how you did this, but it was like, it wasn't stand-up comedy. It was like, this is my world for the next hour.
A little Steve Martin vibes.
Yeah.
Sure. I had a rubber chicken.
No. But Tig, you were just like, you're so funny. Your stand-up is amazing.
Samesies.
And it just was really great to get to
Your
open
stand-up
for
is
you.
amazing.
Samesies.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I still don't know anyone who has your approach because you're so dry, but you're so silly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love silliness. I do. But I mean,
I think that's what you taught me. Because I remember we were going back into our hotel rooms one night and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to like dance to like some different songs each night. Or I was having like a dance contest with different audience members because I was just like trying to come up with stuff. And Tig goes, wait, I think Bill Hicks did that. You were just making fun of me. But
that's so fun to be on the road with someone that inspires you, makes all the difference. And like you remember that the whole point of it
is to just have fun.
It feels like you're finding it and that it's special for each crowd.
Yeah. But I mean, the same, like you are, you're both silly people. I mean, you like silliness, right? Uh-oh. Is that what silliness is?
It's what sexual harassment looks like these days.
Sabrina's got it all.
I got it all.
By the way, if you're sexually harassing people by
I sort of tickle behind the knees. I got a little in the armpits. Look.
I can start my own Me Too.
You totally could.
After this happened.
Okay. Tig, you've got twins.
Yeah.
The twins are 9.
They are, yeah.
Their names?
Max and Finn.
And which do you like the best? JK. When you found out you were having twins, was that something that was planned or that was surprise?
I mean, honestly, we were open to triplets.
No way.
I'm sorry, we were. It was that feeling, and I still feel this about Stephanie, that everything just seemed fun with her, where I was just like, I'd do that with you.
I remember that feeling from 10 years ago.
How long were you together when you got pregnant?
I think 3 years or 2.
Okay.
3 years.
That is so sweet. You're like, everything seems fun.
But it did. Like, and I still kind of feel that way.
What?
But when we first got together, Stephanie said she wanted 5 kids.
Wow.
And I was like, 5 kids? I had only thought of like 1 because I never imagined I would ever be successful in a long-term relationship. So I just thought, well, it's just going to be me. I'm going to bring in this baby on the road. I'm just going to have to have my opener watch the baby while I'm on stage. And then after I get off stage, I'll go to the green room, grab my baby.
I can't do that with 5.
But
Phyllis Diller did.
Wait, you really were like, I need the amount that I could handle when this relationship is done.
Wait, what?
You said like...
Well, I don't think she was basing that on Stephanie. She said pre-Stephanie.
Pre-Stephanie,
Yeah, before
you thought
Stephanie,
of 1. Got it.
I thought, well, I'll never be successfully in a relationship. So obviously I'll be by myself or with a new person.
Was that your relationship history? I feel like you dated long-term before
I dated
Stephanie.
long-term, but
Yeah.
She dated.
I know.
And she dated.
Ah.
Yeah. Ladies. She was a ladies
lady.
ladies lady.
Yeah, I got out there and I did my dating, but I
Yes.
never was like, oh my gosh, I found my person. I'm going to start my life, and I dated wonderful, interesting, great people, but I was like, I don't see this going too much further. And then when I met Stephanie, it was
You met a bunch of people you do half a baby with, and then you met Stephanie, and you're like, how many you want? A bundle? A dozen?
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question because I can tell from how you talk about Stephanie that you're still very in love with her. Do you have some kind of trick? How do you guys keep it? How are you still so excited about your partner?
I mean, look, we have our moments and our issues and whatever, but I would say in general, I really, really enjoy her. And I think that we talk about everything and we laugh a lot. We laugh a lot.
Well, you're hilarious.
So is she. She's so
so
That's
deeply
true.
funny.
I always think of her as a very talented actress and director, but I guess she's also
Very funny.
Oh my God,
improviser.
she's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. And
Yeah.
so
She's so dry.
she is.
Like I can
And
see you guys. Yes.
Is there like a relationship philosophy that you feel like, well, if other people did this, then they could achieve a higher level of, when you say laughing, talking, keeping communication open?
Yeah, I mean, I remember being told at different times when we've had issues that, sometime, like my therapist, if you get through this and you really, really talk, like really talk about it, like the whole getting the darkness into the light, you can end up feeling like you're on your second honeymoon.
Yes.
And I was like,
Really? Your therapist said that?
yeah. And I didn't believe it. And then sure enough.
Talking about the things that you're like a little afraid to talk about or that might hurt their feelings or something?
Yeah. Or like, oh, I had this thought or I had this feeling or this thing happened or it's hard. It's not easy at all. But it's,
having that hard conversation is the cost of doing business to get to the other side, and it's euphoric.
Truly.
To say like, oh my God, we
honeymoon.
can get through it.
Truly.
Well-
and I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's easily done. You sit down, you have the hard conversation, and then you're on your second honeymoon that afternoon. But like when you get there, or when we got there, it was like, oh my God, I cannot believe we weathered that storm.
So there was a slump and you're saying you're back now.
Well, you've been together a long time.
Yeah, we're going on 13 years, and
Oh,
you
wow.
know. But I mean, yeah, I remember one time I said to Stephanie, I was like, I love you 99% of the time, and 1%,
But 1%.
I cannot stand you.
She's like, text me the
same.
1% of the time I'll stay at the house.
She said same.
Yeah, truly. She was just like, absolutely.
I mean, I love my husband, but the pandemic was really hard on me because I was just forced into this roommate situation. Whereas, like, we are not compatible roommates.
Why? In what way?
He is
'Cause that's the other thing is I feel like
disorganized.
We live very similarly.
Yeah, he's messy
I'm
and
pretty messy,
disorganized
and Shauna's
and
pretty
ADD.
clean.
You're not. I mean, his like there's always one sock. There's always like the clippers. There's always
Clippers.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like there's a large footprint in everywhere you go.
And that's him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think what also happens is that you guys both are working sometimes. So you're probably like leaving and then it becomes his domain. And when you come back.
No, he makes it his domain.
He always.
Yeah. And he doesn't. That's the thing. Teaching his mom is a hoarder and didn't teach him how to clean up. So it's like, it's just passed down. And so when I went to my kids' parent teacher conference and she's like, here's your daughter's desk and here's how she keeps her supplies. And it's like an explosion of like broken crayons and like things rammed into it. And I'm like, oh my God, I could maybe help try to make this not her fate.
Yeah.
And it just feels like so much pressure. I'm not exactly sure what to do.
I've heard that also couples that drink the same amount are compatible.
Really?
Yeah. And that like
he's sober.
What's that?
He's sober.
Oh, okay. Well, I know it's not always 100% across the board, but I've just heard that like if there's excessive on one side and not the other, that there can be that disconnect. And I don't know.
I think there's also like just an amount of like in the past the decade where you start to say like, what are the things that I'm still going to campaign for? And what are the things that I'm just going to get on the same page as my partner who it's not my choice, but they seem to be more passionate about. Like, so for me, I am not I'm a pretty messy person by nature, but I make certain sacrifices. I know that like if I get the kitchen tidy or if I do certain things that it's going to be super important for Shauna. And then she knows that like when I come home after doing a set, I'm probably just going to have like, I'm just going to probably have like a trail of clothes that is like, LOL. The next day. And it's like, she's not going to give me, you choose your battles so that you can focus on enjoying
That would be
life.
A tough one for me. I have to be
The trail
honest.
of clothes?
Just, yeah, I'm Stephanie and I are both very tidy. And
Really?
Yeah. And I think that
It's hard.
listening to this right now, I'm thinking, probably all the talking in the world and laughing in the world it still would be like, why is this?
You would divorce me.
For many reasons.
Wait,
No,
what?
I wouldn't divorce you. You know what I would do? If you were my roommate, I would pay you to leave.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, now I'm back in the money.
That's a real flex. Things are going well.
I would pay you
I
to
can
leave.
Well, how much though?
No, if I had a roommate who acted like how my husband acts in the house, I would probably sit that person down and be like, okay, I will pay your next 3 months rent, but you've got to leave like Friday. Just to like get them out of the house.
And what
does that sound like real
How
love?
much is the rent?
I don't know. Let's say it's only $1,200 a month.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're talking $3,600.
So this is a story based in 1998.
The story is before I was married, if you don't want to deal with something, you could just get rid of it. But now that they're the father of your children and they're passing down these traits.
That brings us to an incredible topic, children.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
But I did want to know when you implanted twins, you found out you're having two at the same time. How did you guys
implanted
approach?
3, and
You
we're
implanted
open to 3.
Okay.
That's how the French people do it. They put a bunch in there at once.
Yeah. Yeah. We
And
put
they
3
smoke
in
through
there.
the pregnancy. And
Well, in America, I think you're only allowed to put one embryo in at a time. There's different rules.
You were implanting in
Oh.
America.
Yeah, we implanted in America 3.
okay.
We got 2.
Okay, you got 2.
Yeah, but we were open to 3, but we got 2.
And so I have been friends with different twins, and I feel like historically there's the thing to watch out for is like that they each have their own identities. Mm-hmm. So do you have advice for parents of twins as you guys have sort of navigated raising these cuties?
I mean, we never have dressed them alike or anything like that. And we just, they get their own birthday cakes and
2 birthday cakes?
yeah.
Do they go to
they each
same
pick-
class?
They're in separate classes.
Okay, I think that's good.
Yeah, we try to not even try to. They're so different. I mean, it's like
They're very different already.
Yeah, they're fraternal twins, and it's essentially like just 2 brothers were born on the same day. And it's so funny because people, when they hear that our sons are twins, they'll meet them and be like, how do you tell them apart? And I'm like, well, we just look at their faces. They're very different. Like they're very different and look different. And yeah, their interests and personalities overlap in certain areas, but in general,
it's like easy that they're doing it already.
Yeah.
The thing that's so cool about twins too is like I join these mom groups, and you always want to be around kids for these mom groups who are the exact age as your kid, because they're all going through these developmental stages together. But I just think if my daughter had another person who was like her exact age, it just seems like a real blessing to like have them be able to process things together and go through all these things together.
Yeah, one of their conversations that was so cute was they were talking about who, I think Finn was talking about who his best friend at school was, and Max said, what about me, Finn? And Finn goes, oh, well, Max, you're my brother. Of course, you're my best friend. But like at school is what I'm talking about. And Max was like, oh, okay. You know, he can make room there, you know. But they're totally pals, but they have their moments where they get on each other's nerves and argue. It's fine.
Do you find yourself as you're parenting, are you more sort of like holding on to things about the way you were raised, or do you feel like you're doing it completely different? And what do you treasure about the way you were raised? What do you trash about the way you were raised?
Well, we are doing it so differently. I mean, my mother, she was a very free-spirited artist.
Really?
That liked to party.
Wow.
Whenever I'm having a drink by the pool, I always think of your mom.
Yeah.
Because in your book, you tell a story that I forget what it was exactly, but your mom was always drinking beers by the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. My mother would put us to bed, and then she'd go out for the night.
No. She was very glamorous too, her mother.
Yeah. And was it single mom or?
For a little while, and then she married my stepfather, but he traveled a lot, so it was kind of it was halfway single mom.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of he was very structured, stoic, reserved guy. Things had to be a certain way. And
when he entered the scene, were you like, ugh? Or were you like finally some?
No, I was little. I was like 2.
Oh, okay.
They got married when I was 4. So he was basically my father.
Yeah.
But he I don't know how my mother would have survived without my stepfather, because she was so wild. So
really?
wild.
This is wild. I didn't know this about you.
Yeah, my mother was very wild.
But in a way that you kind of like look up to.
I mean, for sure. Like she was so funny. I always say, the way I describe my mother is, nobody on planet Earth would ever say, yeah, I think I met your mom. Like, it just wouldn't happen. It would, you would be like, whoa, she was a force that walked in the room. Yeah, she was very beautiful. She was very into fashion. She was very funny. She pushed boundaries. I love awkwardness. I got that from her. She loves to make people uncomfortable. She would, I'd have friends over to eat dinner, and she'd be like, Tig, I'm going to dye everyone's mashed potatoes blue. Don't say anything. And so my friend would come over. I'd be like, okay. And so we'd be sitting there, and my friend would be staring at blue mashed potatoes and be too embarrassed to ask why. And my mother, she was really into pranking. Yeah.
That's where you got it.
She was the OG Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. But I mean, I love.
Did you love it back then or now looking back?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was hard, though, when she was, there were times where I needed a mother. There were times where I needed stability, and she just couldn't really, she was definitely motherly in ways, but she was not, she wasn't going to sit around with my friends' mothers unless they had that same vibe she had, unless they were cool, and she just didn't, I don't know. It was
No, she had her priorities, and her priorities were having fun.
Her priorities were yeah.
And
now,
so did you? Sorry, no.
I was just gonna say, now it's so easy to get shamed into like even yesterday, like the teacher was like, you might want to splurge and get her a real rain jacket.
Ew.
You know, because I was like, I just like send her with the Temu stuff. I don't know, just whatever's there. But like, if I were really into the mothering and the parenting in the correct way, I would already know what the heritage
don't like
brand.
that comment.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Well,
you get shamed into
She was
thinking
wet all day long because I had her in bad rain gear.
Well, then you might want to get her a real rain jacket.
But your mom probably didn't have the right rain jacket for you, did she?
No. And one of the
and
things,
look at that, Tig is bone dry.
but I was raised. I mean, the way to sum up the way I was raised was my mother told me to tell everyone to go to hell if they had a problem with me.
Ooh, I like that.
So that is.
She told you that?
Oh, yes, sir. It was instilled in me.
I like that.
If I would come home, I'd be like, somebody did this. And she'd be like, tell them to go to hell. They can all go to hell. And I was like, and I remember she told me once, she was like, oh, I was working out at the gym and this guy came up to me and he started making some sort of homophobic, he was saying something homophobic to me. And she said, I said, oh, you're talking to the wrong person. My daughter's gay.
Yeah.
And but so she was.
And was she like that when you came out too?
She
or was she like, you go to hell?
She was like, oh, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was surprisingly surprising to her. And I remember she did this. She was moving her air from one cheek to the other.
Yes.
And nodding and listening. And I said, oh, you're uncomfortable. And she said, no, I'm not. And I said, well, you're moving air from one cheek to the other and back to the other.
Wow.
And then she laughed. She goes, okay. Well, she goes, I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised. And then she settled into it and all was fine. But
wait, isn't she the one who would say, call your girlfriends your special buddies?
she'd say, your good friend. Yeah, this was in the very beginning. Yeah. And she goes, well, why don't you ask Molly? Why not? She's your good friend. She's your good buddy. Yeah, that's what she said.
Good buddy.
She's your good buddy. And I was like, my good buddy. And I asked her if she would say that about my brother's girlfriends. Like, would you call Christy his good buddy? And she goes, I guess not. No. So
have you ever told someone to go to hell?
Well, I feel like it's part of your ethos. When we were just talking, when you came in, I was telling you how incredible that documentary is, Come See Me in the Good Light. And then we were talking about, I was saying, maybe I get my tits off. I don't know, and I was kind of talking about my trepidation being around people's perception, kind of. And basically what you said to me was the equivalent of go to hell.
Yeah.
And that to me is such a powerful thing to instill in your kids.
I think it's instilled.
Not that you told me to go to hell.
But yeah, no, I think it's what is what's deeply in me. But I don't tell people to go to hell. It's not really my style. My mother, it was more her style.
Well, it's in your ethos, but you have a different way of, you live it.
Yeah, it's in me.
Yeah.
And then when people find that out, that I was raised being told to tell everyone to go to hell, they're like, okay, I can feel that in you.
Well, it's like a quiet confidence that no matter what your perception of what I'm doing on stage, if I lose the microphone or I'm drunk, I can handle me losing you because
you can go to hell.
Yeah, which is fucking amazing. It's such an amazing thing to remember.
Let them.
It's very let them. It's very, but also I forget what you said.
Yeah.
You said when you were with Andrea in the last days of her life, you were feeling this thing of who the fuck cares? That's what you said. Who the fuck cares? And I think that's such a cool thing to instill in our kids when it comes to what matters and who you are. Really saying we don't fucking care what the rest of the people think.
We're all, this is your life. You should be living it exactly how you want to. If you're not hurting anybody,
Yeah.
I'm of course.
When we talk about sort of the idea of our kids being class clowns or disruptive or making jokes in class, it's an interesting sort of line to toe because part of it is you don't want to change this beautiful part of your kid that you also relate to. You probably got in trouble, right? In class?
Only,
yeah.
I mean, I think most comedians got D's in conduct. I mean, that's kind of like the one thing, like we didn't
F.
get love from one parent and we got bad conduct grades.
My teacher once pulled me into the hallway and started crying and being like, please stop doing impressions of me.
I made a
And
bus
I was like, but
driver
they're so
cry.
good.
you're like, but watch my podcast.
Watch my podcast in 20 years.
Yeah. But so wait, what are you saying though?
I'm saying that it's an interesting line to toe, and I understand your sort of conflict when you're saying like, I don't want to change this part of my kid because I do want my kid to have this feeling of like, fuck them. Mm-hmm. But also
you want them to
have some kind of respect scenario and
excel and succeed and, make their way through the world. But you don't want to like,
it's like living somewhere between the binaries of like fuck them and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's a hard thing to balance. But then it's that crazy part of parenting where when things are kind of going off the rails a little bit in your kid's life in whatever way, and then you can just put the guardrails up and then you just kind of go,
what are the guardrails? Just the rules?
yeah, just I love you. This is life and good luck.
Yeah.
But you have set up this world that's safe and loving and supportive, and there they go fumbling and struggling in these different ways, and you want to fix it, but that's the worst thing you can do. I feel. I mean,
so when you say that, what do you mean? Like going in and fixing it, like,
at a certain point, they have to answer for themselves and they have to sort out that argument with their sibling or their friend at school.
That's so good because you do really have it at home. You see the way that they're negotiating with each other.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when they're arguing and they're like, but he said, and I'm like, you guys really need to sort this out very quickly because if it's not sorted, this isn't happening.
Yeah.
And I do not care who did what and said what first, but it better get sorted quickly.
Oh, nice.
So do you implement the thing? Because I do feel like there's a lot of, I'm going to count to 5. I'm going to do this. I might take away this, but it's all feeling a little empty. It never, because she always does what I say eventually. Like, do you feel like you have done like, because we were friends with this family where they're like, yeah, we're not going to Mexico anymore. She was too bad. I'm like, she just didn't get to go on the vacation. Like,
oh man,
I've never, because you don't really want to do the thing you're threatening.
Never threaten the trip that you've already paid flights for.
Yeah.
I think there's so many things in a day that could be a real either we're doing this or not. Either for me, like music in the car when we're driving, that's something that he can earn. If he's been really great in the morning, then he can request a song, and he loves to request a song. But that's not like an autopilot thing. Or TV at night, You
withhold music from this child.
No, I'll play my music.
You were not good. You were not. We will be driving
no,
in silence.
If he's really bad, then I start singing. I bet you wish you were acting better this morning.
Wait, Sabrina, should we play our clip?
Yeah, we definitely should.
This is our viral clip of the week.
It's called the meme of the week, and it's absolutely you, Tig. It's from your special Hello Again.
We just love this. All right, I just have to play
love
this. Do you feel still that, do you ever get little moments where you think you're the preferred parent?
No.
No way.
No, because I think I'm always at a disadvantage with the amount that I travel. And I just think, and I'm not being hard on myself. I think I'm good at parenting. I think I have my strengths, but Stephanie is so good.
Where did she learn it from? It's like instinct, I bet, with some people.
I mean, it's really interesting because she certainly has ways that are similar to her parents, but also, as we were talking about earlier, she's doing it differently. I'm doing it differently. I remember when we first got together, she couldn't she went from California to New York and back and forth. That was her upbringing.
Okay.
I was from Mississippi and Texas, and it's not like it was uncivilized where I lived or anything, but there was a casualness where we would water ski in the swamps. That's pretty chill.
That's one word to describe it.
Yeah.
Aren't there crocodiles in there or alligators?
There's alligators in there.
Oh my God.
And you would see like a sign nailed to a wall or to a tree in the swamp that had beware of alligators. But
and you're like, cool, we'll use them as a jump.
Well, no, I think it was just that feeling when you're a kid that you feel like you're invincible. It's like, oh, alligators are going to eat me. I didn't even cross my mind, even seeing the sign.
And Stephanie was like, our children are not going to be water skiing in the alligator
Never
swamp.
in a million years. And I would tell her about, and my kids to this day will be like, they call me Mare for mother. And they're like, they'll respond to me when I make a suggestion about something. They'll say, well, Mare, we weren't raised in Mississippi in the 70s. And that's Stephanie's vibe is, because I'd be like, what?
She's like, we're coastal.
Yeah. She'd be like, I'd say, they just toss us in the back of a pickup and, we'd fly over the railroad tracks with a bottle of Barks root beer in our mouth, chipping a tooth. And nobody thought about it, But what I appreciate is the level of safety that Stephanie is on. I mean, she is on it.
But you appreciate that. See, Moshe thinks of it as like I'm a loser. Or like I'm like scared of life.
Well, there does need to be a happy medium.
Yeah.
And you might be a loser that's scared of life.
The jury's out. We'll have people vote in.
But I mean,
he associates it with my joie de vivre. He's like, you don't have that anymore. You used to be so fun. Now you don't want a whitewater raft without a helmet or
He's
whatever.
Like, now leave us alone while we play Grand Theft Auto.
It sounds like you'd be a great partner for Stephanie because she is all about whitewater rafting with a helmet on and keeping the house clean.
Wow. And just to reestablish, you would pay me to leave your house and you'd divorce me right away. So perfect. Who's the loser now?
You're disposable.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
No, it's really nice that you appreciate the level of safety because it isn't that easy because I'm thinking about like 5 steps ahead with that safety shit, you know, like it's just, and I didn't know that was going to come out of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it sucks and it's a burden.
I honestly, I can't imagine what I would be like as a parent if I didn't have that, that safety awareness that Stephanie has.
Well, off of that, I felt like when I came out, I really did feel like I was like saying goodbye to this idea of having a family. I felt like that was like part of what was like the tragedy of being like, I'm different.
Mm-hmm. I've never noticed your accent.
Well, that's Canadian.
Oh, old Canadian.
Old Canadian.
Oh, yes.
So that was my straight accent. What you have to understand is I'm gay.
Has anyone seen my bra?
Sure, I'll be right there for the hand job.
Where are my kitten heels?
My kitten heels.
Anyone seen my halter top while we're at it? I said, Mom, Dad,
How long are we going to do this? Where's my blouse?
Well, here's the transition. See, I've been trying to gear up for it. It's this. I go, Mom, Dad, I'm a lesbian. And then I started talking like this. But no, I really felt like I was saying goodbye to this dream of having a family. Did you feel similarly, or were you always sort of saw it within reach?
Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to have, in my head, I was going to have this one kid and his name was Little Timmy. And
he was going to live off green room nachos.
Truly. And I was going to ride around on my bicycle with him in the little basket on the front. And me and little Timmy were just going to, go for it in life. And
that sounds cute.
Yeah. I wanted a kid that is, this is probably the influence of my mother, but I pictured myself going to parties, taking my kid because I'm a single parent, just being like, can I just put little Timmy down on everyone's coats that's like on the bed in the, extra bedroom that people lay down, on, to go party. And that's kind of how I pictured my life. And And it's not that, but I do have kids that are very comfortable wherever they go.
I think that's a cool part about the kind of life that we're living, where you kind of have to be flexible as a kid to ride the show business circuit. Circuit?
Circuit.
We take our kids to circuit parties.
I do worry about like comedians' children. Like, will there be a study? Because like we had this friend come over with their little kid, and the pizza came, and I said to the kid, he was like 5. I was like, oh, it's all for me. Not a great joke. I was just telling him that. He starts bawling. She's gonna eat it all, and I'm like, just kidding. Like I'm so.
I'm not worried about the kids of comedians, but I'm worried specifically about this kid.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying the kid is not being raised around sarcasm. It's like Moshe's old friend, and like they don't do that. The mom's a teacher, and you know, and it's like our
mom
daughter
takes him away. You bitch.
But I'm only like her diet is like sarcasm, irony, cynicism.
I think that's a power. That's a tool.
It is. And I just try to like balance it a little bit without, because she's so interested in like, she's like, Mom, does that person, because like Moshe was like, I showed her the stunt double. Like she's like, how did that little girl, I don't know what they're watching, Cheaper by the Dozen. How did that little girl do a backflip? So he painstakingly like rewinded it to show her until they finally saw that the person doing the backflip had a beard. And they paused on it. But I mean, that's how we raise her. But I'm like, it might be nice to sometimes balance that with like less cynicism. Let her figure that stuff out for herself. Because
I think comics are smart. Yeah. I feel like we're probably having conversations with our kids that other people might be scared to. And I don't want to alienate you if you're not a comic. I'm just saying live like a comic. This past weekend, Natasha and my wife.
Go fuck yourself, okay?
Fuck you bitch! And that's sharp. That's smart. But bitch.
Yes, bitch.
This past weekend,
This is a parenting podcast.
Yes, it's a parenting podcast for bitches by bitches. Is FUBU taken? So, bitch, you took our kids to a museum that when Wolfie came back from, he said, it was weird.
I do feel I wasn't sure if they were. I didn't know what it was. My friend said it's the monuments exhibit that's at MoCA, and it goes into some very dark territory, and it's basically most of the things are like monuments that have been defaced during the Trump administration. They brought them all here. They've repurposed some. They had a whole bunch of KKK imagery. All the hoods. They had a lot of black women and their sons posing like Jesus. That was one of the exhibits. Like,
and you told our kids it was a Pixar movie.
But to show, to represent all these like black children that had gotten killed. I mean, it was a very heavy exhibit. And I don't know. I just was like, I've taken her to different things like that. She's 7. When do you show them? I mean, they are living in this world.
For Max and Finn, like, what is your
Would you take them to an exhibit that talked about some dark race and bigotry?
That came up really for the first time probably a year and a half ago. And I was out of town, and Stephanie had a real conversation with them about slavery and racism and how there's a difference between bad words and hate speech. And she like really, again, I was like, God, when she told me the conversation she had, I was like, she did it perfectly.
Do you think that I could pay her to talk to my kid about it?
Sure. Well, I have to say, I wondered, to go back to Andrea Gibson, the poet who was doing their final performance in May of 2024 in Denver. We flew out as a family to go to that. And Andrea had me open. And then, I did stand up, and then Andrea did a whole, hour and a half or 2-hour concert.
Yeah.
And this is, Andrea was a political, social activist, like queer, everything, just talked about what was up.
Yeah.
And Max and Finn were sitting through my show and then Andrea's show. And after I said, hey, guys, I'm so impressed because it was 2 nights, these final shows. It was 2 nights. And I said, I'm just so impressed that you sat through this whole performance 2 nights in a row. I know it was a long night, but you guys just really blew my mind.
Yeah.
And our son Max said, well, to be honest, Mom did promise us each $10 a show.
But I also love that he told you too.
I know. It made me laugh so hard. And I said, but Max, even though Mommy paid you, you still sat there through 2 nights of intense poetry topics and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's still impressive. And it was so funny. And again, smart of Stephanie to like give them that incentive.
Yeah.
But we didn't keep them away from those topics.
I think that's like, to me, one of the
I don't know
lessons,
if it's right or wrong. I'm just saying
I think it's right, and I'm the only doctor on this panel.
You can't even avoid it. Like, we were leaving the museum and there were ice. It was like, I stole my grandmother. I stole my grandson, and then I stole my mother. And this was all plastered. And then my daughter was like, Mom, ice. Because she's learning how to read. She knows how to read now, and she's really into sounding out things. She's like, I stole someone's grandma, and I stole, and she kind of knows what ice is. I've been telling her, and she, and then she was like, Mom, which one would you rather have them steal? Your grandma? Your son?
I love this shift to gossip right away.
But I'm just,
Mom, fuck, Mary, kill.
I have to talk about. I mean, it's like it's just out on the street, plastered on public art,
No, and also like, instead of it being this sort of like from one moment to the next, you decide that your kid is like ready to know about the darkness of the world. It's like there is a lot of light in the world, and there is a lot of dark, and that's, if anything, just more motivation to have our kids motivated to lean towards kindness, because a buildup of darkness is just so awful. And I feel like one of the lessons in like the experience of being other in whatever way, and whether that's racially or like the experience of being gay, is like,
there's that lady
you
again.
Realize, there's that lady again.
There's that feminine woman.
When you come out, you kind of, as you settle into yourself, you realize like none of the shame was yours. It was all everyone else's. It was like all this like idea that we're supposed to be ashamed to be a single mother. We're supposed to be ashamed to be this race or that, and that it's all bullshit and we're all the fucking same. And getting our kids to, in baby steps, become in touch with that is so important. And I feel, honestly, I had this really strange experience of someone that I went to high school with reaching out to me around the Charlie Kirk sort of era of time, and telling me so she's on the phone right now and I've got to go. But she's an old friend of mine, and she said she just was sort of like felt the need to tell me a lot of her views on trans issues and trans athletes, and also that she's going to wait to tell her daughter till her daughter's ready about sexuality. And I just thought, like, God, you're really missing the point of a lot of progress that helped you as a woman have a career and helped you as a woman of color be seen in these states that you would not be recognized as an equal. And like, in creating these little secrets and these kind of, we should guard our kids against learning about gender, you are reintroducing the stigma that being different, and the irony, or I don't even know if it's irony, we'll ask Alanis Morissette after this break, but of you calling your queer, gender non-conforming friend to pitch this out to me. Is just so strange.
Yeah.
Do you think that they got like energy from Kirk to like ask?
I think that it was just about being like, here's what I've been learning about, and you might want to know about it too. And I just don't understand.
So they're getting like actualized by the internet or something.
I think that I got the feeling that a lot of like some of this stuff came from like same, if you're clicking on a Charlie Kirk video where he's talking about his 10-year-old having a baby if she was assaulted and got pregnant. then what else would pop up? But anyway, it was really strange and sad. And it reminded me that like, we're not in a place where it's face value, but that I feel proud of the way that we're raising our kids to go to a museum like that, even though it'll introduce questions about race. Those are important questions. And that, you know, like the way Stephanie talked about race, that it's not this thing that we're like sugarcoating or stepping aside from. And at the same time, we don't get into like the nitty gritty the same way, like you're not going to show your kid a rated R movie, but like the themes are important.
My husband
Well,
would.
yeah. I mean, staying in conversation, like even in marriage and with your kids, and then also that importance of remembering to model things that even if you think they're not grasping it, that likely and hopefully down the road when they're older or when they've even moved out, that they'll be like, oh yeah, I liked that my parent or parents did, or this was, I mean, I'm just flat out gonna brag right now because I had Stephanie and I experienced the most amazing thing. And to me, it was part of the conversation we've stayed in with Max and Finn about people in need and that people need help, and that and to like appreciating people that wait on you, or again, people in need on the streets or whatever. And I mean, it's Stephanie and I would glance at each other at dinner when we're out to eat with Max and Finn, because it's almost like they have a bit of an obsession with saying thank you. Where the wait staff loves it and always comment on how polite they are, but Stephanie and I are like, it's so funny because they'll be like, thank you, and something. Thank you so much. Thank you. But they went on a field trip, and again, I'm fully bragging. I'm so proud of them. They went on a field trip downtown, and each kid was supposed to be given like $15 to $25. And so we gave them each $20, and that was for them to buy,
tchotchkes.
Yeah, tchotchkes or a snack or whatever.
A $15 Labubu I would buy.
And one teacher and one parent chaperone told us separately about each different child. Yeah. That Max had purchased tacos, and he left one by somebody sleeping on the sidewalk.
I would pay $1,000 to know that my kid does that in the future.
That's cool.
My other son, the guide that was showing everybody around wherever they were, my other son tipped the guide $10.
That is class.
What?
Yeah. He
class.
gave her his extra $10.
That is so sweet.
And I was like, I'm so overwhelmed right now. And I feel like it's that, because there is this thing called, I don't know if you've heard of it, Hang Out and Do Good. Mm-mm. Have you heard of it? It's awesome.
What is that?
Every Sunday, there's different drop-off places where you fix meals and you put them in a bag and you drop them off at somebody's house. There's different like private homes that you can drop food off, and they collect the food and then they take it and they feed the hungry. Yes. And we go and we drop that off. And
modeling that.
And we're modeling it.
And that it feels good to do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Shauna has been doing this with Wolfie since he was little. And I have to admit, Shauna is maybe the Stephanie where it's like, you're doing such incredible stuff. And I am a little bit at first when she would do it. Wolfie was so little. I was like, is this safe? But and now we do it all together over the holidays. Why didn't I go in the beginning? Nobody knows. We're all flawed, okay? We all have flaws. So,
ma'am.
So she will pick up like a stack of pizzas from Domino's and then just drive around downtown and leave them by tents and by encampments. Yeah. And our kid is safe in the car. And if anything seems like unsafe, we're not going out. But immediately, it's like, here is our kid participating like you guys showed your kids. And to hear that out on their own.
Oh my gosh.
They're giving away tacos and tipping guides. It's like, what a Perfect.
They tip your teacher.
Yeah.
Here, Toots. I know you probably live in a studio.
Yeah, but they use inappropriate word.
They're
Toots. Hey, Toots.
They're like, look, there's a lot more where that came from. We went to see a couple shows last night.
I mean, $20 is a lot to give a kid.
For sure. For sure.
But I think that is really cool. And yeah, it's all modeling. And that's the thing you have to remember. And
it sticks in there. Even if you think that it's not, it clearly was in there because the fact that Max put the taco by the guy
and by
sleeping.
themselves is like, that is like the what that shows is that it just feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels good to do something nice. Mm-hmm. And we forget about it, especially as things get stressful and we're all sort of looking out for our families and our, it just never ceases to feel good. And it's just so sweet that they,
it was probably
really
one
amazing.
Of the best days of my life. I was like,
totally. Yes. Okay, so we have a question from an audience member, a listener. And if you have a question, please go to our Instagram, GoodEnoughPcast, and just click on the link in the bio and ask us a question. Here's one question we got from Shannon.
Hello, Good Enough Pod crew. My first question, as a parent, which I ask myself frequently, is what the fuck? My second question is, talk to me about sleepovers. When is it right? Is it right for every family? What are the parameters of it? I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. My 10-year-old wants nothing to do with it. My 7-year-old is like ready to study abroad. So just interested to hear other parents' views on that.
I mean, my daughter's ready to study abroad, for sure. She's begging for overnight camp.
Really?
Same with Max.
Really?
Yeah.
But only Max.
Yeah.
Not
Finn's
Finn.
like, no thanks. You know, he'd rather go to like baseball camp, whereas Max is like, I'm heading out, guys. You know, and he's like, I want to get an apartment in Manhattan. and we're like, wow, okay, I won't take it personally.
Well, when it comes to sleepovers, are there questions that you guys asked before? Or for us, it's just sort of like, it's natural. We know if we're at a space with a family, and it's not many, that we're comfortable with our kids sleeping over at their house. It's like, basically, if it's like friend family level and we know the house and we know the people living in the house very well, it's probably 3 homes that we've had Wolfies sleep over at.
Our kids have never slept anywhere.
That's because of they're boys. And they have each other.
Yeah, but also we were just wanting to get to a place where they were old enough, I guess. And because it's like, even when you think you know people, you're like, I don't know what's going on at their house. And so we just haven't done that yet, you know?
Yeah.
And no judgment.
Why do it?
Well, sorry,
they're
guys.
begging for
I want to do it. I think more so I want people to come over to our house.
Yeah, you want to be the house where all the kids hang out so you can like spy on them.
Yeah.
We host sleepovers too. I mean, for me, it was like foundational fun when I was little. And I know that now we know so much more about the darkness in the world. And I think it's really important to be very aware of where your kids are spending time. Not just overnight, but in general.
I hear you, girl.
Yeah, and guess what?
What?
We're running really close to the end here.
We got to go.
We got to go, but we got to put something in timeout first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do a timeout? Can you put something in timeout?
What can I what?
Do you know about timeout? It's a
don't.
very popular part of our podcast.
I don't have one either.
Really?
Wait. Oh,
Didn't you say your podcast has only been around for 2 weeks?
Yeah, but it's something that the fans...
But like people are going nuts
people
over
are going
this.
fucking bananas over it.
Wow.
They want to make CBS wants to make a game show out of it.
Really?
That's right. But
Unbelievable.
NBC wants it too, so we don't know who
it's
we're going
like
to sell
a gambling game show.
It's we put something in timeout.
By the way, I never thanked you for the half inch of water that
Oh
was
my
put
God.
in
Well,
my...
you know, I was going to say, not modeling today, I guess. So we put something in timeout.
I'm going to put in timeout giving kids dessert. They don't need it. Give them some fruit. This whole like sweet drink, sweet dessert, cookie, extra piece of pie, Halloween candy before they eat. What? No dessert.
So
you get
one
dessert
piece
on
of pie
Friday.
is fine, just not an extra piece of pie.
Give it up for Cruella de Vil.
I I just don't. There's too much sugar in their lives.
It's true. It's true.
Disgusting.
Do you know what I'm going to put in timeout?
What?
Being the first one to react when a kid falls.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
You like that? Because if you don't react, the kid doesn't. If a kid falls in a forest and no one's there to see it happen, did the kid even fall? A lot of times these kids are falling, they're getting back up, nothing, no fuss, no muss. But as soon as there is one concerned parent running to the kid, are you okay? Well, not anymore, bitch.
Well, I worked to try to not be that person.
Thank you,
I
Tig.
have.
You are.
I'm like, oh, little cub, and like run over and.
But you just got to see if Cub could shake it off.
For sure. It's hard, but even when I see other kids fall, like that I don't know, or like somebody, like I don't think it's funny when people fall.
No.
I'm not somebody that is like, and they fell down the stairs, they tripped over the thing. I'm like,
No, I don't like that either.
Oh gosh.
I'll do one quick laugh.
You will.
Sometimes.
I might, as I walk home
it
and I
depends
know
what the fall
they're
is.
okay. I'm like, oh my God, that was hilarious. I did see
You
somebody
have to
fall.
know that the person is okay, and then it's really funny.
You know what? I saw one.
What?
And
And you laughed.
I was on the phone with Stephanie, and I was
Yeah.
at a red light, and this guy, oh my gosh, he was like, one of those like 55 or 60-year-old like surfer skater guys.
Okay.
And he's
Married to
on
one,
his
yeah.
he's on his bicycle, and he was juggling groceries or something, and he was like, completely falls over, and everything goes everywhere, and he just seemed like, what are you doing?
It seems like what you put in timeout is 55-year-old surfers.
No,
That are carrying too much.
I like a 55-year-old surfer or skater. I love
Yes.
that vibe.
Okay, well, that's our demo, so please.
Yeah. I love you. But listen, I lived with Chris Fairbanks for a decade. I love a
You
skate.
did for a decade.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the image of him nailing up his skateboards on the wall as a 40-year-old man. Very sweet.
Yes. He's very sweet and cute and one of the funniest people alive,
He's
if you ask me.
hilarious.
Oh my God. But
Today's episode goes out to Chris Fairbanks.
yes, indeed.
Does he have any kids?
He doesn't, but he has a wonderful girlfriend, partner. She's great.
Little buddy?
Yeah.
Special buddy?
Special buddy.
Tig, thank you so much.
Tig has to go pick up her kids.
I
Yeah.
do. I have to go pick up my kids and my Joan Jett rock and roll t-shirt.
Well, let
and,
me close with
You're
this.
killing it.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
That's not Joan Jett, dude.
I know, but I've been thinking about that song ever since you talked about desserts.
I don't give a damn
I've been
about
thinking
my bad reputation.
I've been thinking about, there we go.
You can go to hell.
You can go to hell. You can all go to hell. On the count of three, go to hell. 1, 2, 3.
Go to
Go to
hell.
hell.